Just a little bit of housekeeping before the show. Last week we started our Risky Radio Patreon campaign. If you'd like to support us for as little as $1 a month, you can go on over to our page and become a patron. There's a few different tiers with a bunch of cool stuff in each. Pledging any amount will enter you into our game drawings. The first of which is coming up during episode 50, the Big 5-0. A link to the page will be in the show notes below. Thanks for your support. And now back to your regularly scheduled broadcast.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 46 of Risky Radio. My name is Ben, aka Shopa, and joining me as always, Zach, aka Risky the Kid.
Hello, everybody.
And Lewis, aka Waterloo.
Hi guys, how is everyone doing today?
Yep. As he maxes out his audio. Nice job, Lou.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That was an attempt.
Are you okay?
I was trying to talk like Kermit the Frog.
Hi guys, how's it going? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe not Kermit the Frog, but talking to you.
It sounds like he's got surgery on your tongue. You got one of those like the pieces in there.
A tongue cast?
Actually, like
Hold your tongue and say apple.
I like to eat apples.
All right, that's all we're looking for.
You still got the P in there.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start this week. My week was pretty good. I had training for work, which was kind of annoying because it's just sitting your ass down in the. But I got free food.
Free food's always good.
Which was great. And I got out of training the last day.
Because you got
cool.
free food,
Wait,
I got free food.
Why did you get out of training the last day?
Because Luke was convinced that I had enough knowledge
Credentials.
of phones.
Okay, good
Yes.
for you. Good for you. Congratulations. That's it. I just wanted to say congratulations to being smart.
Thank you. So I start making real money in the beginning of March.
Good luck.
So you think?
I can't wait to show you my paychecks. I'm gonna prove to you that you're wrong, and then you're gonna come over to my side, and you're gonna love it.
No amount of money is going to make me go stand in front of fucking customers for 8 hours a day.
No,
Thank you.
not if I could have you making $100,000 a year.
Sure, if you can have me making that much money a year, sure.
Okay, we'll do it together.
Be there.
Together.
No, together. That doesn't count for shit. That's us pooling our money to make 100,000.
No, you'll make 100, and I'll make 100.
So what video games have you been playing this week?
Why you gotta push me like that?
Because you're talking about work stuff on our gaming podcast.
I'm talking about what
Do
happened.
we want
to
to
me this
have
week.
a gaming work podcast after this?
Is that what our bonus podcast should be about?
Just
each month?
about work?
Yeah.
Just about cell phones and
It's
selling phones.
Sounds
I hate-
fantastic.
That's a good idea.
you.
Yeah.
I think we could. That's good. It's good stuff.
That could be like 16 episodes by how Lewis and I talk.
True.
I got a bunch of gaming in on my off hours. One of the cool things that happened this week was I could have possibly gotten a 14 kill win in first person. I got my first person win this week, but I almost got a 14. I was at 11 with 4 people left, and then I died from behind.
Oh, so you didn't
Bastard
get it.
was
though.
camping in the blue. I said almost.
Yeah. That
but
sucks.
I'm getting better.
No, I know you are.
I've only played 8 days worth of PUBG,
So you should be pretty good at
but
it.
I'm definitely getting better still.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So, what about you, Zach?
Always improving.
What games did you play this week? I
Wow.
don't even care what happened. Fuck what happened this week.
What happened is we had Valentine's Day this week.
Oh, that was a great day.
How'd
How'd that day go for you, Lewis? You promised you were going to get a date on Valentine's Day last podcast. I remember. You said
Yeah, I had a date at work. My date was to go to work.
Okay.
And work. But I didn't have a date, so that was a lie.
No,
I was going to buy a pizza at Wegmans, but then I felt so sad buying a solo pizza by myself on Valentine's Day that I put it back and left.
So where'd you go instead?
buy a pizza.
Popeyes
No, I went home and cooked food.
I also cooked food.
for you and Sketch.
Nope, just for me. I told that bitch she had her own bones to chew on.
All
They
right,
weren't his.
good deal.
I actually made some food.
Yeah, what'd you make?
chicken nuggets and curly fries and mac and cheese.
What a romantic.
No, I
This
think
guy.
that was just for himself.
No, that
Oh.
was all for me. Jess just ate the chocolate I bought her.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. She ate all of it. I had a bunch of leftovers, and she hasn't been home for like 4 days, so all I've been doing is eating pizza and chicken wings.
I'm playing lots of video games.
Did a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Well, what I was trying to say, because it was Valentine's Day, I played a little bit with Megan. We played Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
Oh, that's a weird.
Is that what it's
game.
called?
Space Time Continuum, something like that?
No, I think you hit it right on the head the first time.
In a Dangerous Space? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. It's just a co-op game where everybody has to man part of a ship. So it's like I would be driving it when she'd be taking over the cannons or like shields or something like that. I think you can play with 4, which would be sweet. Like with if you had 4 people, like somebody doing cannons, somebody driving, somebody doing shields, all that kind of stuff. So I played that for a little bit. That was fun. Then we played Overcooked.
Nice. That's always a good time.
I think those were the only 2 games we played for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Better than not playing video games on Valentine's Day, I guess.
So
Right?
that sounds like a pretty good Valentine's Day there.
No, what I've been playing and what you've been playing
Yep.
more than me
Yep. I don't think I've stopped playing it since I downloaded it pretty much.
is XCOM 2.
Yes.
I looked at our stats today, and I think they've probably updated from the last time we played. Oh, maybe for you.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it said I was at almost 23 hours, and you have...
1 day and 4 hours. That's awesome.
Especially, when did we start that game?
I downloaded it, I want to say, on Friday.
Like 4 days ago Friday?
Yeah, 4 days ago Friday.
3 days ago Friday.
Was it
3
that?
days ago Friday.
Did I do this? I must have done the same thing. That's
Yeah.
that recent that we put that amount of...
Yeah, because maybe I downloaded it Thursday. It might have been Thursday. Yeah,
You
no, it
worked-
was definitely Thursday. It was
Did you have
Thursday.
it before we worked shift? On
No,
Friday?
but I didn't work. No, because I remember I told you in the morning that I downloaded it.
On Thursday?
No, on Friday morning I told Ben that I downloaded it. So I must have downloaded it on Thursday.
So that's insane. I think that really goes to show the like addictive nature of that game,
Mhm.
because that's a lot of time for only having it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 days.
If I had 1 day and 4 hours into it when I only had it
3 hours into it, that would be impressive.
I spiked everything there, but yeah,
So you got really excited.
I
It's fun.
did. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that as well. I've been really enjoying it.
Well, here, hold on. Before you get too far, we
Okay.
can just... Shine wrote in a question.
All right, let's hit this.
Shine's our resident XCOM expert. If you ever need to get some tips and tricks and that kind of shit, he streams it at least once a day, usually around lunchtime. So,
Nice.
well, 3 p.m. Eastern is usually when I hop in and try to look. But yeah, that dude knows everything about that game, it seems like. So if you need any advice, definitely ask him or watch some of his stuff on YouTube.
I just downloaded the DLC via my phone.
So did I. And I also downloaded XCOM Enemy Within on my phone.
Yep, I
like
did
the
that
phone
too.
game.
Yeah.
Really going all in on this, huh?
Mhm.
But Shine wrote in and asked what our favorite class / skill for XCOM is.
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
Yeah, real tough for me too.
Yeah, I've
Oh, he before you go, he did say even if it leaves Shope out in the cold, since I don't think he plays it. He doesn't, not yet. We'll get him. We'll try to get him hooked. We'll see. But go on.
I don't know. I really like the sniper class and the sharpshooter. I should
Overwatch?
say. Yeah. No, that's just
Or
what
is
they
it
go
sharp?
in. It's sharpshooter.
It is sharpshooter.
They go into
Yep.
Overwatch when you hit Y.
Yep.
But the sharpshooter, I like his some of the perks he can get, like quick draw. So if he gets shot at, he shoots back at him with a pistol, or actions where the pistol doesn't count as a move or anything. I like that a lot, and I've been and then the grenade person,
The Grenadier?
Yeah. I also really like them. They are pretty
The
powerful.
Grenadier's cannon, especially like I think I have 1 or 2 of them that's leveled up to like
So they can have 3
captain
grenade.
maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can have 3 grenades, but they also do like +2 damage now. So you're looking at like 5 to 6,
Yeah.
the 5 to 6 range, and with how big of a radius that grenade actually is, super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Sharpshooter for me, I I was playing it poorly, I would say.
You really have to play super laid back with
you
him.
have to play so far back because
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, here's my sharpshooter, but it's like every encounter with him, he was using his pistol.
Well, because he can't, if you move him, he can't use his rifle. He has to be stationary for a full turn to be able to use the rifle. So like you can move him.
I don't think I knew that.
You can move him and then he shoots with his pistol. If you leave him there again, the next turn he can shoot with his rifle. But if you move him again, then he can only shoot with his pistol.
So is it never a range thing then?
No, it's never a range thing. It's a stationary
I'm
thing.
fucking retarded.
So if you leave, he could be literally like from me to Ben, is if you didn't move him
And you could
for
still
a turn.
use your sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I was thinking I was playing it wrong. I mean, clearly I was playing it wrong in some aspect, but I thought that you had to be a certain distance away. Like I thought you had to be far enough back that you could use the sniper rifle. Well, that's going to change the game a little bit, so don't move your snipers around. Which, I mean, I guess you should be playing with them as far back as you can potentially anyways.
So they're a good person to put into Overwatch because you want to keep them back.
Yeah.
Or keep them stationary as long as possible.
Yeah. The last alien facility I took down, I had 2 snipers who were pretty high leveled, just sitting up in a tower, like way far back from my 4 dudes that were playing up front.
That's so nice to have 6 people.
6 was like I hit 5 and I was like 5, like one more person, I get 5 people on my team, and then eventually it turns into 6.
Yeah, 6 is so nice. So
it does
you can switch it up 3 and 3 or 2, 2 and 2.
And also for a long time when you're like moving people, I was waiting for them to like go all the way to their spot, but if you just right bumper, you can like immediately go, so you can send people faster.
Yeah, that's nice too. So I was doing this one mission and it was a snatch and grab, I think it was, where I had to pick up a scientist.
Like escort the VIP.
Yeah, and I forgot how to call down the ship, so I said escape.
With pushing the right thumbstick?
So I had half my team stay in this one spot, and this guy, his nickname was Turbo. He was really high class level ranger. I'm like, well, maybe I have to like escape from the map. So I sent him this way
to just run towards.
Yeah. And then I realized what it was, and then I got everyone out except for him. And then there was like 2 snake people, 1 machine guy,
snake
and
people,
I was
dude.
just,
oh my god,
I was just screwed. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, Turbo. And like, I just edited Turbo too. I gave him an eye patch, a cigarette.
Well, that's the thing.
know.
Like once they have nicknames too, you know that they're like pretty high leveled. So losing like a nicknamed guy is just the worst. I've had like 1 heartbreak loss. But it was like the 5th time I had tried the fucking mission.
Oh yeah.
So losing that one dude
wasn't bad.
Wasn't horrible compared to like getting out 1 or 2 people, which I had done multiple times.
Yeah.
I also told myself when I went into this that I wouldn't like save scum at all. That I'd like you just play it, and if you lose shit, you lose shit. Like no going back.
Yeah. You can save scumming?
No way in hell. Yeah, I've never done it so much in my life.
You don't click on Iron Man? I do.
What is?
If you click on Iron Man, you can't go back.
Oh fuck no!
It gives you not an option.
I think I would have lost.
That's
the game
why I have
already.
so many campaigns started too.
Well, yeah, you said that.
I have 6 now.
You're like, oh, I completed the game. He's like, the Avatar project happened.
Yep.
So it's just like there's constantly this threat of the aliens finishing this Avatar project, which I still haven't seen what happens. Don't spoil it.
I haven't seen what I haven't finished it. I've seen what happens when they finish it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it's bad.
It's bad.
It's real bad.
So it's just like you're constantly struggling to knock that thing back a tier or 2 because if it reaches the end, you lose.
So,
but it was just funny. You're like, yeah, I finished the game. It's like the Avatar project happened. Where you're like, that's losing.
It's like
the
playing
game.
Far Cry 3 and just staying up in the room the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been playing on Rookie, then I switched to the normal one, and I've kind of figured out the big difference between normal and Rook.
I was wondering what the difference was.
Is you have even if you have, like, say if you have a 50% chance of hitting, you're more likely to hit on a Rook than you are on normal. So you have, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't, but it seemed to be the trend to me that I'm getting more, okay, my luck is better. On
50% is the luck, Lewis.
No, I know, but
that's the thing. Like it's literally a statistic coded into the game to work as a dice roll
I swear, I get more shots in Rook than I do in normal hitting the targets with the same percentage. But the other thing I know for a fact is different is timed missions and distance. Like so, if you're doing like you have to destroy the payload in like say 8 turns.
Oh, does it
In
go
Rookie,
down a
it
little
goes
bit?
12 turns. So you have 12 turns to destroy it instead of the 8 or whatnot.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like the whole shooting system is a lot easier when you're playing Rookie than when you're playing normal or whatever it is.
I tried looking it up. So with Rookie, soldiers start with 6 health instead of 5.
Okay.
Patrols are 50% smaller, so it'll be like 2 soldiers instead of 3.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's probably more things here. I'm not going to try to read the whole thing. But I've been playing on the easiest difficulty, and like I said, I've had to restart things so many times. This is also really my first like dive into any type of strategic turn-based game like this,
Other than
at least in a long
Mario vs. Rabbids.
Yeah, which you can have that back, by the way. I think I'm done.
All
and
right.
the reason I think I'm done is because
XCOM?
of XCOM.
Yeah.
If I have to choose to play one or the other, it's not really. It is nice that it's portable. Speaking of portability, this game would be sweet on the Switch.
Oh my goodness.
Because
It's
even
be awesome on the phone. It's gonna be even better on the Switch.
that's the thing. Like we were playing XCOM. Is that Enemy Within? I think is the one on the phone.
Yep.
But it plays so well just on the phone. Like
Mm-hmm.
the whole tactical thing, it makes sense with just like sliding your fingers or like turning the map with your fingers. And
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a turn-based game like this, a strategy game, but medieval. Like
I mean-
with bows, arrows, and swords and stuff like that.
I would say that's probably a thing.
It most likely
Somewhere.
is. I don't know. I'd like to see something like that or play something like that. So if anybody knows, please let me know.
Getting back to
There's
Shine's. Whoa, what's up?
There's a older game with based off of like Lord of the Rings. That's like kind of like
Turn based.
Actually, no. It might be kind of more like StarCraft. Now that I think about it,
Oh, like
like a
RTS.
RTS.
Yeah, I like RTS too, but I feel like I like this a little bit more.
I like this more because I
Oh, okay, really? You don't say.
because it's like you have time in between each move. You're not pressured by like
I don't know. I,
need
still
to
feel
build this
pressured
quick.
in this game because you have like eight turns to go to strategically move around the enemy so they don't spot you, so you can disarm the computer, and then you have as much time as you want to kill them.
But there's no like. But you can sit there the whole time.
Yeah, no,
and
I
plan it out first.
Yeah, that's true. Medieval XCOM.
So I brought up a Steam page that somebody asked medieval XCOM ? Are there any games like XCOM with a medieval setting? And these people said not quite like XCOM, but a Divinity Original Sin, Pillars of Eternity, which I think Divinity Original Sin 2 is actually coming to the Switch.
Ooh,
I think.
Ooh.
So that might be something worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Shine's question, though. For my favorite class and skill, the Ranger, I think, is pretty awesome. I love the sword.
Yep.
Like having a sword, and if you go down the right skill tree, like being able to buff up the sword.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed that usually my Rangers have the highest amount of kills too.
Rangers, they fuck stuff up.
Now, do you keep them with a shotgun, or do you put the rifle on them? I mean, the auto rifle.
Whatever's the default.
The default is shotgun. You can change. They're the only class that can have either
actually
the rifle
swap?
or the shotgun.
See, I never even tried clicking on the actual weapon to see if I could switch
Have
it.
you
'cause
been
I
putting
thought,
on like mods? Like,
yeah,
okay.
I put on attachments and stuff like that. I like the shotgun though because it's super powerful. It seems like so when she actually hits, it's like does a lot of damage.
I don't play super aggressive with my Rangers though. I play like semi.
They have swords. What do you mean?
Well, yeah. I mean I move up to them, but I don't like rush them right in because they have that shotgun.
I will say that my favorite type of missions are the ones that aren't timed. You can literally like move up in the blue, Overwatch, move up in the blue, Overwatch, move up in the blue, Overwatch. Whereas they're timed ones, you need to. I think it's called dashing or rushing.
Dashing,
where you use both of your moves to go as far as you can, and then you're just you're sitting duck. Like there's been multiple times where I have a person dash, and then you can't see the bad guys up on the screen, so they just keep running, and then they kind of get fucked.
Well, you can get
being up by
grenades
themselves.
to. Like, you haven't got that far, I guess, yet. Where you toss a grenade and it'll send out a beacon. And you can kind of see people out there.
But when you do that, that's taking the spot of your frag grenade, right?
Yeah, it's taking your grenade spot and also your dash too.
Which,
because
like,
you're not going to dash.
I have
if you throw the grenade.
I have a tough enough time subbing out my grenades for like med kits.
Have you not unlocked both things yet? Where you can have a grenade and something else?
Is that per character?
Yeah, no, it's
or is it just a general unlock?
Do you have it's a general unlock. Do you have the place where you can? Well, you can obviously have it where you can add on extra people, right? You have that barracks done. I think it's called not the barracks, the training ground. Where you train soldiers.
The guerrilla training, or whatever,
Yeah.
where you can train them into specific
classes
right off the
I'm
bat.
pretty sure if you're in there and you go to the right side where you can like pick traits like vulture and stuff like that, I think one of the traits are unlock second.
Okay, so
slot
I may not have chosen it or something like that. One perk that I think is sweet that the specialist has, it's the one where you can go into Overwatch after sprinting.
Yep.
So he can dash up super far, put himself into Overwatch, and then you're
No, do you use
good
the
to go.
specialist healing or do you use the specialist mechanic?
Specialist healing.
I had the mechanic works really, really well on the big robots. If you have him going down the mechanic path, not taking over the robot, but like doing the 2 damage to them, will actually kill the entire big robot with one hit.
I always just assumed that healing was more valuable because I rarely used med kits. Like, he was the one person on the field who could med up. And
but
heal
you could
other
only
people
do
for
that
me.
once, though. That's the thing.
Which sucks. But, like, there's been a few times where it may have saved, like, some of my favorite and, like, best characters and stuff.
It's hard to, like, trying to get... Because as soon as you get attached to someone, I feel like then they die. It's literally, like, as soon as you're like, oh, hey, this guy's cool, and then they die.
One thing that's frustrating is I just unlocked something that makes my heal times lower. But, like, I used to have heal times of, like, 20 days or, like, 30 days. Yeah. It's like my best people would be in the infirmary for fucking way too long, so I'd have to bring rookies and squaddies in. But
yeah, I hated doing that because then they would lucky if they got up, you know.
That was one of the achievements I got, was a rare 1% achievement for completing a mission with a full squad of rookies after June.
Oh, nice.
So it's like I was far enough in the game and completed it with all rookies. It was because, like, I had 3 people out of my main squad that were hurt, and I was like, all right, well, let's just send in a bunch of rookies. If they all die, whatever.
Yep.
You don't get attached to the rookies.
Nope.
So send them all in and let them get fucked up. But they actually made it through. So.
Yeah. And I always like when they get nicknames, too. It makes me, it's like, all right, you know, this guy's cool now.
The nicknames are awesome.
Yeah. Like
I usually forget their real names once they have nicknames.
I had a guy, nickname was the Boss. No, it was Boss Man.
Boss Man.
And Bulldog. And they were both Grenadiers.
High Tower is one of my Grenadiers, which sounds like a better sharpshooter name.
Yeah, I had Stone Cold for my sharpshooter.
Stone Cold. I like it. Yeah, this game's fucking sweet, and I wish I had given it a chance however long
Actually,
ago.
I'm glad I didn't because I didn't play the full price tag.
Okay,
now
so,
I got the game and the DLC for the price of the game.
Right. Well, here's a shout out for me. So I won this, or I didn't win it. I got it in the 16-ounce Secret Santa from Toast, actually.
Oh, this game?
So Toast gifted the game to me
very nice.
around Christmas time, and it took me 2 months to finally play it.
It took you until I said, hey, it's on sale to play it?
It was literally like, hey, I downloaded this, I'm going to play it. And I was like, fuck it. It's about time I try it. And, like, nothing new is out for the next few weeks. So, perfect time to be putting apparently my whole life into X. Like, right now, I just want to go play more XCOM.
Right? Thank you. Okay, it's not just me.
No, and it's like anyone should give this game a chance, even if you don't. Like, I'm not a strategy gamer, really, by any means.
No.
I'm having so much fun with this game, and I don't know. It's awesome.
It's,
2 thumbs up from me and Lou. For sure. So you better go play it, Shopa.
Yep.
Sorry. Did you fall asleep over there?
No, I'm actually watching gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Cool.
While falling asleep.
All right, fair enough.
But I can't wait to get home and actually try those 2 new classes.
Fuck, I just downloaded DLC.
Exactly. So I'm super excited.
And I like that I have to restart, so now I can take everything I've learned from my first 22 hours of this game and put that into it.
Yep.
Yeah, game's awesome.
Other than that, I think I was playing some Darkest Dungeon. Still really involved into that. Well, not as much because a day and 4 hours.
Now you have a new permadeath game.
But I had a really nice one I got into. I was fighting one of the bosses, and of course, everybody died. It was very saddening. And that's when I put it down, and I think I just downloaded XCOM.
Speaking of putting it down, it was like it was either Friday. That's why I have so much time in this, because Megan worked this weekend, so I stayed up till 3 and 4, I think, consecutively on Friday and Saturday.
Nice.
So that's where a lot of my time came from. But it was like 3 a.m. and I had lost the same mission, and like this was a mission where it was like 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then you lose, or like, okay, my best guy
Which
died.
mission was
I'm
it?
restarting. It was taking down one of the facilities.
Okay.
To like
gotcha.
knock back the Avatar progress.
I've been having trouble sometimes finding facilities, like getting communication with certain places where I need to go.
You need to raise your like communication level high enough by building shit. That was until I understood all of the background stuff that isn't like the core gameplay. Like I hated that stuff at first because like I don't get it. And, like there's too much stuff I have to manage when I'm not just managing my troops.
I also felt like I was just flying to little spots and not getting any missions.
It's like cache it. Well, that's the thing.
That's the thing. I wasn't getting any missions.
So you can always go to your main headquarters thing where you can gain intel or heal faster. I think those are the two things.
Yeah.
Or there might be a couple more. But when you click on that, it just like days go by faster, and that's when you'll get missions to pop up.
Another thing, I don't know if you've noticed. Have you restarted once or no?
I still haven't restarted.
Okay,
no.
so when you restart, you start in a new area too, and a little bit of things are different.
I saw that was random. Like I started in India, I think.
I haven't started in Americas yet or anything over there.
That's where I wanted to start, but I'm at a point in the story where an alien facility just opened up in like Washington or something.
Yeah.
One cool thing, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when you're on a character model, you can hit add to pool, and that will take that guy and put him into a pool for like new saves. So like the German grenadier I lost, where I said like that his name was Thunder. He was a fucking badass, but he died or whatever. So I added him to the pool. So if I start a new game, I think you can bring people in from the pool.
Wait, so they got that credentials?
No, not the credentials. They're
Okay.
they're built. So he's going to be a German that looks this way and has like a hood. It's just the character models, I guess.
Okay. No, did you mess it with any of your character models at all?
No. That's the thing. I was watching Shine's stream today, and he has a bunch of people from 16 ounce in his playthrough, and like he showed me my guy, and he just has like this sweet armor, and they're so like he deeply customizes every single like person on his squad, and they all look fucking sweet. And I was like, "Mom, my guys all look pretty lame."
I did one where I made everyone look the exact same.
That's weird.
Yeah. It was like
That's
the
real
military
weird.
arm. Well, yeah, because I was like, let's get less connection with them, you know?
They're stormtroopers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what you did essentially. You just made a bunch of stormtroopers.
Except for the stormtroopers had aviators and hats on.
Fair enough. Fuck. So I put us back into XCOM on accident. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I believe it was an accident.
No, it was, because I was trying to say at the end of one of the nights of retrying the same mission 100 times, I was like, I need to play something that's not so punishing. So I hopped back into Stardew Valley. Oh,
That is
what a breath of fresh air.
Not punishing at all.
No, it felt so good. And I played it for like 45 minutes before I went to bed. But if you ever need to wind down from a strenuous night of XCOMing, Stardew Valley is perfect. But yeah, I think it's really all I played.
Yeah.
XCOM took up a lot of my time.
All
of my time.
XCOM took up a day's worth of my time.
Yeah, and it's only been 3 fucking days since we bought it, so that's probably not good. We might have a problem.
You were working for at least like another 17 hours of that.
Yep.
So
Shh. Don't tell anyone.
I don't think I slept at all, maybe.
We must not have.
well, that's something I'm gonna have to get into. I mean, if
At
you
least
guys are
give it
gonna
a
talk
shot.
about it like that, yeah, and it looked interesting. Of course, I watched like the first 2 seconds
Well,
of the first
that's
mission.
like the thing what I'm talking about, where it's like me from the outside looking at the game, I was kind of like, meh, whatever. Like that's why it took me so long to actually play it. But once you're in there playing it, that's when
It's a nice
That's when
change
it-
of pace.
it
too.
might click.
so excited
Which
for
is
the
nice.
45-minute 5-time run-throughs that I'm gonna have to put.
you don't
through some
have
of
to
these.
play it that way though. Like
No.
that was my choice because I didn't want to lose certain people.
It's
You
ju-
have an unlimited disposable amount of
Well, as
soldiers,
long as you have enough.
supplies. We
yeah.
don't need.
But no,
more.
it's a nice change of pace too. You know, from playing first-person shooters or Monster Hunter, just the same monotonous grind. It's a different type of grind that you're doing now, and it's a nice change of pace instead of just same thing. That's why
Faux show.
I like it.
We'll give it a try. But up next, we're going to get into some free shit. Still can't get that to work.
No, I'm never going to.
Oh, well, it's still
I've
really
come to
quiet.
terms with Lewis just making loud cha-ching noises.
I promise I'm looking into those boards where you just like hit the button and it plays that one sound.
Yeah, what do you mean?
That's
what it is right here, see?
Yeah, but yours doesn't work.
It's just the one sound.
I'm just
I
gonna get
don't
an
care.
old time cash machine and bring it in here.
And bring it in.
That's
and
what I
just
said.
hit it
We should
every single
just
time.
drop a load of quarters on the table.
So
Oh,
everything is good.
That sounds like keys jingling.
Do you want me to start the bus? Like, I'm so confused.
I don't
Get to
know.
the
I thought
car.
it might have been the same.
Get to the car. So games of gold have changed a little bit. You have Shadow Warrior. That's good until the end of the month. But since February 16th, Assassin's Creed Chronicles India actually had Xbox pop up and recommend this for me. Like, want to change your pace? Play Assassin's Creed India. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to PUBG, bud. 360 Crazy Taxi. Lewis, your favorite game in the world.
So favorite?
So favorite. You didn't even play it.
I didn't. Not on the Xbox 360.
We didn't have time.
Yeah, we didn't.
Too much XCOM. PS Plus games stay the same. So PS4, Knack and Rhyme. PS3, Spelunker HD and Mugen Souls Z. And for your Vita, Grand Kingdom and Exile's End. That's going to do it for your free shit. Up next, we're going to jump into some listener questions. I always like that riff. It makes me happy. Up first, Viva La Sweeney. Do you like the whole achievement hunter culture? I hunt to a degree. Anything over 500 gamer score, I am happy to say I have played enough of that game. But I'm getting sick of it now and just want to play games until I stop having fun. And I can't help but look at the achievements.
We've definitely covered how we feel about achievement hunting, I would say, before. I included this question because I can relate to where he was, or where he is right now, I guess, where it's like I'm up at like 60, almost 70,000 gamer score at this point. And a lot of that back in the day came from achievement hunting. Like I would play some games that I normally wouldn't to get stupid achievements. Like I wasted a decent amount of time achievement hunting. At this point in my life, though, I could care less at all. Like the thing that excites me about achievements now is when I get rare achievements, like knowing I did something that not a lot of people have done. Like that's cool. I don't know, man. If you keep focusing on not focusing on achievements, it'll kind of go away. And like I used to not play like any of my PlayStation or like my 3DS, that kind of stuff, because it's like I wasn't getting achievements while I was playing those, and that's really fucking dumb. Because we game to game, and I don't know.
God damn it!
There's the game.
Yeah.
Fuck, you lost it.
I
not
know
me.
I did.
I would just say there's all the time that you're spending achievement hunting can be spent playing other games or playing something else that you might enjoy more. And I mean, the more variety of games you play, the more achievements you're going to be getting naturally anyways. So even if you kind of still care about it, I don't know, branching out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for me
Until
anymore.
they do something for me, I don't care about them.
Like, if we got like credit for them, that'd be sweet.
Wasn't there talk about it or something?
Well, no, they're just like they're changing up how the achievements work, so people like Ben could have more achievements than he normally would, because like if you're really good at one game, you're not getting a lot of achievements for the game, even though being good at said game is an achievement in itself.
Yeah.
So they're reworking some of that. As far as the points, that was PlayStation.
Okay.
That you could trade in. That you're going to be able to trade in like trophies for gift cards and stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it's once you get so far behind points, it shouldn't matter. Or if you have so many points, I don't know. Well, it's a game getting points if you want to look at it that way. Maybe the game that you're not having fun in anymore is getting the points. So you should stop playing the game of getting the points and just play the game of playing the game.
Stop talking.
I don't know. That was like a long run sentence of confusion.
If anyone followed that, good job.
The gist of what he's trying to say is, if you have fun achievement hunting, achievement hunt. if you have fun just playing your different games, you'll still get a good amount of achievements from playing different games, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get every single achievement squished out of every single game. I mean, I'm the total opposite end of the spectrum. I can give a shit less about what my achievement score is or what my gamer score is or any of that bullshit.
So low, scrub.
It is low. It's at like 10K or something low like that. Whereas, I mean,
how much do you think, since we started this podcast, how much do you think your achievement score has actually gone up?
Like
do you remember what
quadrupled.
it was like a year ago? Was it
It
super
was like
low?
4.
2,500 or something
Okay,
like that?
yeah.
I only played Call of Duty games.
Right. And you wouldn't play the campaigns,
No.
which is where like half those achievements come
So
come
Yep.
from.
it was pretty low. And it's still low. Like, I don't care. Like, I look at those. I get those, like, updates about whoever's, like, ahead in the month.
The leaderboard.
And it's
for
like
the
1, 2, 3, and I'm always at, like, 15. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The only thing, well, in my mind, that's a positive at this point in the achievements is sometimes it might make you do something in a game that you would have missed out on, or it might make you play a game a different way that maybe you wouldn't have.
Or something really cool actually fucking happens.
something
and you're
sweet
like,
will
wow,
happen.
that is really cool. I'm glad I got the reward for that, the achievement for that.
I think a really good example of this is Dishonored 2, where you can get awards for playing as like a pacifist and not killing anyone. You can get rewards for killing X amount of people in your run. Stuff like that where it makes you change up the actual gameplay.
Speaking of killing people in awards, I was wondering. Actually, never mind.
No.
I'll save that one for later.
We're interested.
That will tie into talk later. Actually,
Tie into talk later.
Huh.
just
gonna
be
remember
thinking about
remember
that for a
that.
while.
Remember that you said something and then took it back.
Yes.
Okay. I'll
Done.
remember.
All right. Cool.
Up next, Ladonian. Do you think VR is just a fad, or do you think it will take off once the price drops?
It did just see a little bit of a drop.
It dropped 100. PSVR dropped $100 through like March 3rd. I think that sale is ending, but
and there's
like
a deal going on too. You get a game with it as well.
I would say
too.
it's a whole bundle.
Mhm.
This is the first time where I've been like, could I do that?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But I'm also running on like the OG PlayStation that like sounds like a rocket ship at this point. So I'm not sure like if the hardware can't keep up with the other hardware. I don't know. I'm assuming you'd get like frame drops and stuff, and VR is not the place that I want to be experiencing
Oh no.
3 frames per second. Like,
feel like that
imagine
would
playing
really
first person
make
PUBG in a VR headset. I just throw up all over everywhere. So, I hope it's not a fad though. I think
I don't think it is.
it was.
What's up?
I was gonna say it was either Paris Games Week or it was one of the conferences that happened a few months ago. But PlayStation showed a ton of PSVR titles, so I think that goes to show something. It's definitely the most accessible one, and I will get it eventually. I don't know. I really hope it's not a fad.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fad, but I also don't think it's gonna take off. I think it's gonna be something for a niche group of people.
I think, and the price needs to be lower. Like
I mean,
PSVR,
it'll be a big niche, but it'll be like.
I don't think it's going to be a niche.
You don't think? You think
No.
everyone will like doing it?
I think I don't want to say if you look far enough into the future,
if you
but
look
I
like
think
200 years in the future where
Well, yeah.
gamers happening,
don't think it's Action Player One, but Ready Player One.
that as well.
I think that it's going to take over a lot of parts of your life. Did you guys know that there were, I think it was 12 different Olympic games you could watch in VR this year? If you had a VR headset, there were 12 different Olympic games you could watch.
I guess I wasn't thinking of
That
I was
way.
thinking of actual like games, like PSVR and games, but that's definitely true.
But I think that carries over. Like if you're
no, for sure it does. Yeah,
gaming in VR, anything in VR, I think you're gonna see a time where there's a lot of VR.
Yeah, I can see that.
everywhere. Like if
Tune
it
into your
gets-
VR news.
Price is a big part. Definitely see that. But if I can fucking like, if I'm working in an office building and I'm there for 4 hours, it's noon, I want to eat my lunch, and all I have to do is put on this VR headset and be on the fucking beach while I eat my lunch, like that's gonna be amazing.
I will say like that does sound weird, Lewis, but I had the Gear VR for a little bit, which I've talked about. But one of the things you could do in there was watch Netflix in like a ski lodge, like up in the mountains. So like if you turned to your left and look, you could look out this giant window and you'd have this awesome view. And you're living in this like mansion that you can't afford, but like
Yeah, but the
it
mansion
kind of felt
didn't
real.
look that good.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't look bad.
That was also like 2 or 3 years ago. You got that.
Now, my question is, are
It'll
they
be
going to
better-
put
it might be better
multiplayer
on
into
phones.
it? So if I put on
There-
the VR headset, I would just like sit next to you on that couch?
There already is multiplayer.
Well, multiplayer Netflix?
I wouldn't.
That sounds
wouldn't,
weird.
I would not put it. I wouldn't put it anywhere out of the
Like,
realm
so when
of
you're up at
possibility.
that mansion at the lodge, you'd look over and you'd see
Well,
a friend?
Yeah, anything.
Sure.
If you're connected to the Wi-Fi,
There's
then
no
your phone
reason-
can recognize the other phone on the Wi-Fi. So if you just say, "Hey, this phone and this phone are watching this movie," it'll set it up for both of them. To,
I mean,
people do it with like TVs at the same time.
it could be
or
something
Sonos.
as simple as like inviting someone to a lobby in Call of Duty, except for you're just inviting them to your couch in your mansion to watch Netflix.
That is so weird. This is going to be like the new Sims where you actually have your VR house where you invite people over. Be like, dude, look at this VR
Well, that's
house I
like
built."
one of the big.
So Ben can actually be a person that can fix houses in VR. You know how he all the time says, "Oh, all I need is wooden nails, and I could fix that." You know.
Oh, yeah,
Now
build you a garage.
Yeah, and you can do it in VR.
Yeah, fuck that. I'll do everything in VR.
Well, that's the thing. Like even for companies and stuff, if you're gonna have like conferences, you could set up a 360 camera in a conference room, so
Like
it
Kingsman.
feels like you're actually exactly. I mean, that's like holograms and stuff, but the people
They're the
same
thing there,
idea.
kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I think it's gonna be. I mean, look, maybe we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll do a 360 camera in here. It'll be the first VR podcast.
did say that way back when, because I was debating of getting the S8 because it came with a free VR camera.
Yeah, so like I brought this up right now. This is called VR chat, but like this is literally just a bunch of people in a room on their different VR things, like with their headsets enabled, just like
a little cat.
like talking to each other. Well, right, you can have different avatars
What
and
the
stuff.
Fuck.
But yeah, I mean that's already multiplayer in VR is definitely already a thing.
That's so weird.
I
Is he
think
gonna bang that little cat?
What the fuck? What's wrong with you?
He
Is he
watched
gonna
too much
bang the
Kramer.
little cat? Is that your question? Is that your question, Lewis? That's what you got out
Did
of
you
that
not
video?
see all the hearts on the screen?
Is he gonna bang the little cat?
Did you see how many hearts were
Get
on
the
the screen?
fuck outta here.
Did you not
Jesus
see how many
Christ.
hearts were on the screen?
But no, I don't think it's a fad. I think you're going to see VR has a large part in everyone's lives soon. I think it's going to be huge.
Well, do you think something like HoloLens could be like AR, augmented reality, where it's like you put on a visor, it can throw up like you're still in your actual environment, but you could like have like charts and stuff be thrown up onto the
I
screen
think-
like
Cool.
through your glasses.
I think that's harder than VR at this point because I think in VR you can create a whole new system. I think allowing AR to put something where something already is going to be tougher for it to recognize what's there and then fix it.
It's definitely.
But
did
I'm
you,
super excited.
Did you watch any of the Microsoft HoloLens stuff? This was from a couple of years ago, so you
No.
probably weren't tuned into that stuff.
I probably didn't watch too much of it.
But the dude was playing Minecraft on an actual table.
Oh my god! It was like Legos.
Like
basically.
it made the blocks in front of him on his coffee table. He had like a Minecraft like realm, and he could play around with it. Like nothing's actually
You
there,
would move it like this.
but he could like scroll through to, like look for things. And it's like if you walked into his house, he's just leaned over this coffee table that has nothing on it, just like doing shit. It's fucking. I'll have to show you that video. It's actually really cool.
Definitely look up. But
Yeah.
even like AR I can see being more in everyone's regular lives when it becomes big because all things you can
When it's
do
just
with
like
it.
a contact lens you put in,
Or it's like
you're
a
good to
it's
go.
like a little piece on your glasses or something like that.
Well,
Like they
that's
even
like
have like,
Google-
the Snapchat.
Google Glass. Is that what it's called? I think?
yeah, it went
Well,
Where
quick.
you could have like Google Maps in your glasses, like right on your face, right there.
And
And
it'll
it would
give you
have,
like a little display or,
or you could
whatever.
have your like text messages pop up
Have
in
you
it
seen
and
the
stuff.
Snapchat glasses?
Where there's
Mhm.
cameras built into your
Yep.
temple. Oh,
And you just like
Next to
in
him.
your temple.
press a button and it just like takes the Snapchats and stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's that far out. I think it's a lot closer than we think it is, and I think it's going to play a lot larger role than we think it is as well.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, it's also a scary ass future to think of everybody just sitting in their houses with goggles on, where you
Mhm.
can't see what's going on. You're just getting robbed by people because you have headphones on and your VR headset. People are just stealing your real TV.
You're
right
just
out
sitting
front
on
of
a
you.
beach eating your food
Eating
as
your
you're
lunch.
getting robbed and you don't even know.
And like my friends
you're
are
done with
dicks,
lunch. You
so-
done with lunch? You take off your
I mean, why do you guys
Mask and
also have
everything's
to look
gone.
at everything? Like we're talking about, I know you're saying VR, but like we talked about AR stuff as well. There's so many positives to this stuff. Like, hey, you get a notification that your doorbell rings.
No,
Boop,
dude,
AR, I can see from a video out. You guys literally always go to the negative. I'm calling you out on it. You find the negative in almost everything we talk about when we go into questions like this.
Drunk.
You guys, especially Lewis.
I'll give you that. I probably do look on the more negative thing.
You always try
I'm
to.
a happy person.
You always tell me I'm going to die while I'm watching VR because I'm not paying attention to what's around me or something.
I never say you're going to die. I say I'm going to hit you.
I was just going to say my friends are dicks, so if I'm sitting in VR with headset on, I'm just going to get punched in the dick for no reason because I'm not paying attention. Those aren't friends.
No. They're assholes.
True.
But, yeah, like, also, I like the aspect of the VR, but also I feel like I'd have a heart attack playing some of the games.
If you played Resident Evil 7, that's the thing. Like, Resident Evil 7 in PSVR, probably I'd shit myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these aren't negatives. Being scared
positive.
isn't a negative. It's an emotion that VR is going to be able to make you feel
I was just talking about the
better than
robbing
anything
shit.
else. That's a joke. That's satire. I'm not actually scared somebody's going to come into my house and take my TV. Like,
I didn't feel it.
you're an idiot. What? Why would? What's the next question?
So, final
what's your
thoughts.
biggest fear in VR? Someone coming into my house and robbing me when I'm playing
Exactly. Is it a fad? No, I don't think it's a fad. I think it just needs to lower in price and be more accessible to people. A lot of the best VR right now is locked behind owning very expensive computers that can handle VR and its games. PSVR, I think, is the best option out there right now. And version 2 of PSVR, whatever that is, I think it'll be a hit and far more successful than 1.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Dig it. All right, next up. How much time do you guys spend gaming? Is it an addiction or is it healthy?
What a good week to have this question.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, this week I feel like it's an addiction.
I would say if I played 24 out of my 72 hours during this weekend playing XCOM, probably not very healthy. But at least I know that it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfectly healthy.
Well, that explains some things.
Yeah. I mean, normally I don't play a day's worth of video game in 4 days. It's usually a little less than that. But I don't think I'm addicted to it. It can kind of feel like an addiction when all you want to do is just go play it.
Maybe it is an addiction.
But I definitely don't feel like I'm addicted to it. And
well, so how much time do you think you spend a week on a normal week?
on a normal week, I probably spend...
How many hours a day would you say?
Probably around maybe anywhere between 2.5 and 4 hours.
Oh,
I mean,
longer than that.
so 4 times 7. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
28.
that's more than a day. So you think you play at least 1 day out of your 7 days are devoted playing video games then, probably.
Yeah.
Right around there?
I mean, I'm definitely longer than that.
I would want to
so.
say probably, yeah.
And I'd say I'm on the shorter end of it, maybe.
I can definitely see myself getting between 4 and 6 hours, depending on scheduling and stuff.
A lot of it also depends on what games are out, like the XCOM
And
thing.
girlfriend.
Or, yeah, I mean, real life is a thing. Maybe not so much for you, Lou.
But and it's also winter.
That,
So it's not like we're going out.
Mm-hmm.
that's
It's not like
true.
we're
My
hiking,
game
running
time
dogs,
definitely
Doubles in the winter.
jumps.
doubles in the winter for sure.
Yep. But no, I mean, I don't consider myself addicted strictly because if I had to stop gaming, it would be hard, but I think I could stop gaming. At least that much.
That'd be tough.
It would be tough.
I guess when you
but
ask
you can't
me
look me in the eyes and tell me that if you had to stop gaming, you could do it.
Okay, yes.
And I think that's one of the basis of addictions.
I would just be sad all the time, always scratching my arms, and I need a fix.
Well, you could find something else, like
go
ecstasy.
outside and play. Did you say ecstasy?
Nope.
All right, cool.
I thought he said board games.
That's. I mean, that's what I would do.
That's still
if
games.
I didn't have
Still
games,
considered his
that would
addiction.
be fuck. Well, then there's nothing. Then I'd just be watching fucking Netflix and television way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Being outside.
Yeah,
Maybe you
it gets
could-
dark eventually.
Yeah, but then you can just go inside to other things
Yep.
like putt-putt, bowling,
Putt-putt's done outside most of the time.
indoor putt-putt, or like dark putt-putt, like blue light putt-putt. That shit's fun too.
Why does it have to be putt-putt? Why can't you like go play pool or like
I mean, you could play pool. I just gave you a couple of
ping pong?
ping pong.
Well, that's a game, so would ping pong.
Ping pong.
Or,
Balls of Fury.
Sure.
You ever seen that movie?
or foosball.
Have you never seen that movie?
Yes, I've seen Balls of Fury. It's
gosh.
fucking horrible.
You scared me. I watched
Not a good movie.
I'll have to tell you about that after. But no, I don't think. I mean, it's definitely unhealthy the amount I play. I think probably
Yes.
just because I sit there and like it's so easy to drink like 2 gallons of like Mountain Dew or something like that.
No, I did
But,
eat. I did drink 5 cans of
Kickstarters.
5 cans of Arnold Palmer. Like not the 99-cent ones, the regular
When
can.
you
Normal
get like
soda
the
can.
12,
Yeah,
the
the
12
12
pack or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not. It's not an addiction. Definitely not an addiction. I
Okay,
guess
so
some
are we
people
done here? Can I go
addicted-
play XCOM? All right, cool. Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Bye.
go ahead, Luke. Bye. Next up, Viva La Sweeney. Are you even a man if you don't have a dad pad / man cave?
First of all, none of us are dads here yet.
Yep.
But
Well,
I will,
that
when
Lewis
that
knows
does
of.
happen, if it does happen, it will be called a dad pad. I like that.
100%.
Dad
Yeah,
pad
that is nice.
Dad pad's good.
Yeah, but a dad pad
Dad
sounds
pad
like
for your
it's
dad
your
bod?
a dad pad sounds like you're a single dad that's in a broken
Loft.
relationship.
Living in a loft. So
Because
you
of
want
the
to, like,
da-
invite
oh,
girls
Yeah,
up to your
because
dad
it's
dad's
a
pad.
pad. It's pad when you
Like a place.
That's a,
yeah,
That's a bachelor.
The
bachelor pad.
pad.
It's your pad. It's your house. It's your
Yeah,
whole
it's not
place.
a dad pad.
That's why I'm saying dad pad sounds a little
Dad cave?
sad.
Dad man cave.
But I do like it. It does sound nice, but it also sounds sad.
You just offended so many men.
I'm very
So many
sorry.
fathers.
I mean,
Told you negative every time.
Why are you so negative? You're such a dick.
but I mean, yeah.
No, you're not a man. That's
No.
What? False.
oh boy. Here
I
we
call
go.
false.
Do you have a man cave?
Here
Oh,
we
yeah,
are.
you actually do have a man cave.
Okay, so all of your dads who maybe haven't gotten a console or a computer yet have a Switch. You're telling me they're not a man if they sit on their couch and play Switch just because they don't have a console sitting in the basement in a random room where they can call it their man room cave.
Man pad.
Man cave.
No, those aren't real men. No.
So your dad, if you just played Switch right now, sitting on his couch while your mother watched TV, didn't have a man cave, you'd still call him boy.
My
not a
father
man.
is a man because he has a man cave that's devoted to sports, which is another thing that can be
In a man cave.
in a man cave. So no, like I was raised, son, you need a man cave. When you grow up and get your own house someday, you're gonna have a cave where men can go.
It's so
That's
sad.
my
'cause
whole apartment.
Your
No way
dad
he's
literally
allowed.
would say that kind of thing.
I-
So
I think as soon as I moved out of the house to go to college, he turned my room into his man cave and just threw sports decor all over the place. And I don't know. We need man caves.
I have a man pad.
I would say you've got a whole apartment
I can
dedicated
either
to
be
being
in
a
my
man.
bedroom or in my living room. It doesn't matter where.
He doesn't need to wear underwear in
It's
any of those places.
Fantastic.
I mean, I don't. Is my office considered a man cave?
Well,
no,
that-
because it says office.
that's the thing. Like if I ever talk about that room, I don't call it my man cave. I call it my office. So
Yeah, no.
I cheat because Jess's computer's there.
see that? No, fuck that.
That's
That's breaking all the rules. Sorry,
It has
punch
to be
the-
just your
Again.
shit into it.
But she's never on her computer.
Yeah, but if she has shit in there, like Zach, what does Megan have in your room?
Oh, fucking nothing.
Exactly.
100% nothing.
Because that's why it's a man cave.
and I can just devote the whole upstairs. to
Excuse me, I
manly
don't
things.
own a house either.
You don't have a girlfriend, Lewis. It's different.
So
You could move anywhere. You could own a mansion. It would still be a man cave.
No, it would be a mansion cave.
It would be a man mansion.
A
It
man
doesn't. It doesn't.
mansion.
You don't have a girlfriend. Doesn't matter. She's never in there. It's gross and shit. It smells like feet. That's definitely a man cave.
No, if she has women stuff in there,
There's not women's. It's a computer.
Is
It's
it
a
her
Mac.
tampons in your man
is
cave?
it
No.
her computer?
There no and kind of.
No,
It's not fully paid off yet.
so it's her computer. She took a
Technically, it's
loan
her.
on the computer.
No, she put it on a credit card.
Okay, so it's her computer. She's paying the computer off.
Yes.
Okay, so if her shit is in your room, it's not considered a man cave.
I agree with that. I'm sorry.
Once she takes
So
her
I'm not a man?
shit out, yeah,
no,
so I'm not a
you are
man.
not a man.
You guys
Even with
both
that beard.
Fuck off.
Uh-huh.
Both of you. Fuck off. And last but not least, Ladonian with a food question. What a surprise.
You say that like it's a bad thing. I think
No,
these are the
it's-
best
Yeah.
conversations we have on this whole podcast.
And they filter into Discord as well. It makes a great conversation in there.
Great integration.
Kayla, your turn.
Oh, so Ladonia's question is pizza topping. Which is better, sausage or pepperoni? We're gonna do that on 3, okay?
Perfect.
So 1, 2, 3. Pepperoni.
Sausage.
Damn. Did I just get out?
You did.
Am I the odd man out?
You are.
Oh, this feels
I kind of.
bad.
I knew you would be too.
How do you... Oh, do you like this when this happens to you, Shopa?
It's fun.
It feels
'Cause
horrible.
Now you get to like
Now I have
defend
to,
yourself.
I have to
yourself.
fight
You have
for
to
my
defend
sausage.
yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't usually have to happen.
At least this is like close enough where it's like, I like both. That's not really true.
Now you're
I
gonna
don't...
loo it. You're gonna just say, "Oh, I like both too much." To choose
No,
one."
pepperoni's not that good to me. It's...
It's an oily meat.
You're wrong.
Do I at least get to...
I mean, I'm
Say
letting
my
you.
piece?
I'm letting you go. He's the one that's interrupting.
No,
you.
I was interrupting you because you said pepperoni's not good. I had to disagree with that.
Pepperoni's fine. My argument for not liking pepperoni as much as sausage on my pizza is because pepperoni is super fucking greasy. People like it,
And I'm not a man.
I like that's just not good pizza. Like pizza covered in grease isn't good pizza. Like,
What?
you're just eating grease.
Which tastes delicious.
Yeah, you're probably also the guy who like it just fills up the cup with grease and just drinks the grease cup. Like,
False.
That's gross.
No.
He actually
Um,
takes the pizza, folds it in half, and
no.
lets it drip
Drinks
into
it.
his
Yep.
mouth.
No, 100%.
That's
No, I go the other way, though. I let it drip off the crust.
I will say that like pepperoni with like cheese and crackers, like pepperoni cut up raw like that, I think is really good. On my pizza, I could really take it I could take it or leave it, especially if it's greasy pepperoni. And also I will take the spicy pepperoni cups over normal pepperoni, I think. Anytime.
Cups.
Pepperoni? What the
Yeah, you have to know what I'm talking about. Like I just say cups, the little pepperonis. I'm gonna look it up. This is insane that neither one of you know what I'm talking about.
Pepperoni cups.
I know a cup of pepperoni.
Okay, there. That's a perfect picture. Those.
Okay, so you know that just means it was a thick
No.
cut pepperoni, and when it cooks, it just boils
Yeah, but
up.
they're all aren't they all usually spicy? Isn't that usually spicy pepperoni?
I don't know if I've ever seen that before in my
Don't
life.
think
That
it's
type
spicy.
of pepperoni? Like the little
Is there a hole in the middle of those?
No,
No, dude.
There's
It's
cheese
just
in the middle.
it
It's what happens
it,
is
like,
when the
curls up.
pepperoni gets cooked, it curls because it's drying stuff out. So
but
it's
not all
curling up.
pepperoni.
I've never seen them like that cupped though before. I guess that's why I didn't understand. What
I
you
don't
were
know if they're
talking
I guess
more
I-
spicy.
I
or
haven't
anything.
seen them in a long time like that.
I know what you're
Maybe it's
talking
just
about.
how you cook them. Maybe like those people.
That's what I've been saying.
Also, like my go-to pizza is usually like sausage and onions or sausage and peppers, stuff like that. It's pepper. I don't know. Pepperoni is like the boring pizza.
It's just so
like,
classic,
It's
that's
the
why.
it's the basic bitch.
Exactly. You can never go wrong when you get a basic bitch.
I'm not saying you can't go wrong with it. I will literally eat a pepperoni pizza anytime if you put it in front of me. It's fine. I'm saying I'd rather have sausage, but
now you know how it feels.
to each their own. Yeah, it feels bad. I don't like it. I honestly thought Lou was going to be my sausage bro because he is in real life. So, all right,
Got
yeah.
him.
All right, well, why? Let's hear it. Give your props to your pepperoni then.
Pepperoni, I don't know, it's just good. It's classic. You can never go wrong with it. You know, you can go wrong with sausage. You can get someone could accidentally put sweet sausage on your pizza. Why the fuck is there sweet sausage on my pizza?
I mean, if it's prepared however you want it, that's how you should discuss the pizza. Don't think about the things that could go wrong with your...
That's how I, okay, I'm being negative now, okay?
Oh, here we go.
This is here with the negativeness.
Negative Lou.
Negative Lou.
Native Nulu.
New negative Lou.
But yeah, I don't know. Pepperoni's just good. It's classic. It's
All right, so your
It's a
argument is
staple.
pepperoni's just good.
it's
okay.
good.
How about you, Ben?
Pepperoni is just really good.
All right, cool, guys.
I'm just
That's
kidding.
strong arguments for your
I-
meat.
Listen here, you.
Pepperoni goes good
so
with
I do
everything
have
too.
a little bit of. I like breakfast pizza with sausage on it, like breakfast sausage.
Fine.
But I have to agree with you. The classic pepperoni, cheese. You know, you get your wings. It's just childhood, man. I never had sausage. I never had any of that shit. So I just love
Were you
pepperoni
poor when
pizza.
you grew up?
Yeah, I was poor because I didn't put sausage on my fucking pizza instead of pepperoni.
No,
What
you
the
know
fuck?
that you only got pepperoni pizza because you wouldn't try anything else.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
You're a picky eater now. There's no way you wanted a supreme pizza when you were a child.
That's not like I chose the pizza. Mom was like, "We're getting pizza and wings." I was like, "Sweet," and she got fucking pepperoni and cheese.
Because she knew that's all you would eat.
So now I
And
just
that's also-
inherently enjoy pepperoni and cheese more than I would like cheese and sausage. Plus, you always put like onions and bullshit on it. I can never get like an actual just sausage. But I get pepperoni and sausage from Domino's.
That was
once
like
in a
the
while.
most like fat man like sentence
It
in
really
any.
was. If you didn't have a beard, I think we'd see your your like gullet move.
Chins.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. You were saying something.
Oh, I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
Sit
I
here and
just-
make fun of me.
Oh,
again.
I was gonna say that like pepperoni and cheese are just like generally the cheapest things. It's like,
Oh, so I'm poor because I get the cheap toppings.
well, yes, but also
Will you stop punching my computer?
it's weird that your computer is facing this way. So when I swing my arm to say something to you, it's right there. I'm sorry. No, so whenever you go to a pizza shop, it's like you can get a large cheese or pepperoni pizza. Bone it, like add additional money if you want these items, because obviously you're going to pay a premium for the better items.
You're saying.
So he's saying sausage.
So you're
is
trying to say
better.
sausage
I'm saying
is better because it's premium.
Yes, exactly.
So maybe I'm just trying to save everyone out there a quick buck by not making them get sausage. Because
You're assuming they're all poor and can't afford good
you
meat.
assumed I was poor because I didn't have
Oh,
sausage on my
I'm
cheese pizza.
Not assuming anything.
I'm not poor.
Me neither. All right, so. Oh shit! Was that all the questions?
That was.
Unfortunately,
I want another food one. We got lucky last week. We had Kaboski writing about burgers, and then we had Ladonian writing about.
this is all making me way too hungry, though.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
Right?
So we should probably get
Where are we going after this?
to the news. Do you mean where we were going in the show?
I'm just trying to have a fun conversation with my friends on a podcast, and you gotta keep pushing me. I hate you. I'm quitting. I'm not coming back next week.
Yay.
Are you actually not coming back next week? Is that next week?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to mention it at the end, so I'm going to continue to do that. In our news this week, we're going to start off with big old Waterloo down there.
Which one is he going to go with?
How big is Twitch, Lou?
How big is Twitch? Twitch is big. Let me tell you, it is big. So, they were actually doing some Twitch research. Twitch studies. Twitch, not like...
Twitch, the streaming service.
Yeah, not
Okay.
like what it happens
I
with
thought
dead
you're-
bodies when they're twitching.
That-
A twitching dead body. Anyways,
sure.
Twitch gets more views than some major news channels. That's pretty astounding. Studies show that around... let's see. Sorry. Let me rephrase this here. Sorry. 22% higher Twitch ratings this year than it was from last year. So 22% more people have been actually watching Twitch.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. And the next thing is, so a comparison to some shows on regular television, Fox News and ESPN peaked at 1.5 million viewers, followed by...
Concurrent viewers, you mean?
Yeah, followed by MSNBC at 885,000. But Twitch actually clocked in at 962,000. So clocked in more concurrent viewers than MSNBC or even CNN that actually only hit 783,000. Sometimes it gets caught in my brain and I can't spit it out.
I got you there. What was the Super Bowl on? What channel? Is that ESPN?
NBC had it this year, I think.
So they didn't get over 700. That's what you just said, right? They had 780. NBC did.
No,
So-
CNN.
What did NBC have? Do you have that?
I don't have it. I had MSNBC and
MSNBC.
CNN.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. It's crazy to think that more people are watching that than watching the news. I mean, I think it also helped with the launch of the Overwatch League, and also a lot of people were streaming the beta of Sea of Thieves. But still, like, That's crazy. More people are paying attention to video games than they are news.
I'll just argue that that's news from a couple outlets where like there's an infinite amount of places that you can be watching news.
True.
If you're watching a video game stream, it's going to be Twitch, Mixer, YouTube. I think really are the only three.
Yep.
With Twitch obviously being the biggest one. So I feel like for that to be a fair comparison, you need to take the news from ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN, all those places, and get a number there, and then take
like the average,
and then take Twitch or something. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just there's a lot less places to go to watch video games be streamed. So I think that might skew the number a little bit. Either way, it's fucking astounding.
Right?
Any statistic with video games going forward, I think, are just going to keep increasing. Like video games, when we first started playing games when we were super young, it's like video games were kind of like a weird thing. They were like a nerdy thing. Like I rarely talked video games in like high school, that kind of thing. And if it was like Call of Duty or Madden or something like that. I would have never brought up how I was playing a tactical shooter, like a strategy, like XCOM. I would never talk about that back in the day. Nowadays, it's just gaming is so, I mean, mainstream, I guess.
Also, I feel like now that we're a little older, I was going to say we're more open to not open, but are easier access to the culture. But also, I feel like the culture wasn't there as much when we were younger.
And at this point, you've chosen the people you're around,
right?
So those are going to be people who flock towards something. But no, I definitely get your point. Like I never went into school, and one of my first things to talk about was like, oh, like this game's fucking sweet, or like I had so much fun playing this.
That
but
was
now,
me.
like I go into work and I'm like, yeah, I played this and it was great. And
so, like, I would say, Lewis, you probably made your clique of like friends who played games like a lot younger in life than a lot of us did. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because when I was in,
I played
West
sports.
Hill.
So that's pretty much what
That's the thing. Like, it was a lot of like sports or like skateboarding for me. It's like all I used to do, and
skater, bro.
So
Shaka bra.
It's just now I think if you go and like did a survey of like all 7th graders and we're like, how many of you play video games? That number is going to be way higher than it used to be. And I think we're just going to keep raising generations. Like video games are just going to be, they're going to be playing them younger. There's going to be more of them, more options, and like,
or even just like watch video games because
watching,
that number is cool and all. But then if you look and you watch like how many people watch a gaming YouTube video every day or every night, or if you even do like a span of a little bit, like even just watching gaming videos has jumped tremendously, and you'll get like, I'll see people who have like gamer swag, like their shirts or hats and stuff like that, and they're all like 14 years old and still in high school. So I think the availability, which is funny to say, but the availability of watching it on the internet has made it so it trickles down lower and lower and lower. I mean, it's the same thing like with phones these days. You have kids who are 8-10 years old getting phones when we were like 16, 17 and complaining we didn't have phones.
Yeah, like I wasn't allowed to have a phone until I could pay for it. So I don't think I had one until I was like 16 or 17.
Yep. So I think everything at this point is a little bit easier to see. Therefore, it trickles down a lot lower.
And also, like, I just had to look this up because I wasn't sure, but like YouTube started in 2005. So it's like I had YouTube for 2 years of my high school. It's like kids nowadays are on YouTube watching shit like this at such a young age that I think you're going to keep seeing these numbers like soar.
Years. But
because you're a little boy.
I am a little bit younger. But I mean, even the first 5 years of YouTube, you're not going to. Stuff's not going to kick up that far.
I bet you there wasn't shit on YouTube for the first couple of years anyways.
No, but I mean, now it's YouTube's such a regular thing. Like I used it at work the other day. I had to YouTube how to set up a Bluetooth on a car, and it's not like your first thought isn't like go. My first thought now isn't go to Google to figure something out. It's go to YouTube.
I mean, Google owns YouTube, so even if you go to Google, 95% of the time it's giving you a YouTube video right on Google anyways. So you're just cutting out the middleman, going straight to YouTube.
And I don't know. So watching Twitch is free, technically. Watching the news isn't free, but I guess I'm cheating because you have to pay for the fucking. Well, you have to pay for the internet anyway. So
that's the thing about like the new, like you can always get an HD antenna. So like you'll always have access to like ABC, NBC, and Fox, which all have news programs. So it's like you can always do it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, yeah,
It's definitely-
that's a lot of fucking people watching video games.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Concurrently, too.
Nuts.
That number was probably from when Dr. Disrespect started streaming again. That guy broke Twitch. He had 300,000 viewers, and he had 30,000 plus donations
Jesus.
and 100,000 subs.
And to think all he had to do is cheat on his wife. Smart.
What?
Yeah.
How?
He left streaming and apologized because he was not faithful in his marriage. Or
When he went
is
to
he married?
BlizzCon, he is.
Yeah.
Mrs. Assassin.
And
she calls
then-
herself.
So like he's like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I have to work on me and my family. And then he comes back in like 2 weeks, and people are like, oh my god, he's back. Give him all the money in the
over a
world.
month.
Fucking whatever. It's stupid. Fuck that guy.
But, I mean, yeah. Super hyphy.
Is he really good at games?
He's pretty good.
It's just his persona of like Dr. Disrespect. He like wears like a mullet and has sunglasses, and he's just like a dick.
But you
Which
forgot about the whatever thing that's on his lips.
Mustache?
mustache.
That's actually real. His mustache is real. The hair is not real.
The only reason I knew it was real because I watched his like apology video.
Yep, and
where
you saw it where he actually had real.
Yeah.
So like the cool thing about him is like you see all these streamers who are like guys. They might have girlfriends or something, but they stream and they have 3 monitors and they set everything up. His wife does all of his off-camera stuff. So when he switches scenes, it's her with like it showed her little pad and stuff.
So that's like TV shows like where it's like switching to camera one.
Yep, or like
She's just
he
doing all
won
that.
the other day, so he danced, and so she switched to another camera that's in the other side of the room with a green screen, so he can dance like in a disco parlor or
I
something.
knew he shouldn't have brought up streamers. Do you hear the amount of knowledge that comes out of his fucking mouth?
I didn't even mention
once you bring up. I know you didn't do shit. It's just funny.
I didn't even mention the YouTube videos I was going to mention for this as well.
Thank you for not. What's the next news story?
Next up on news now, a couple. You just really like to push everything to today.
No,
Damn.
yeah, I'm starving.
Starving. All right, I'll keep it very quick then for you.
Thanks, bud.
A couple weeks ago, I mentioned a battle royale game that's going to be 400 players, and then there's going to be a separate, like, fuller game with 1,000 players. It's going to be more like an MMO style.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, they dropped it.
Like
it's going to be
on
called
the floor?
Yes, and picked it back up like a baby.
Shit.
No, Mavericks Proving Grounds.
Oh, what a fucking stupid name.
So
Not battlegrounds. These are the proving grounds.
So they came out with a video. It's just like nature and gun sounds in the background. There's no actual gameplay, but they're gonna show actual gameplay and everything at GDC in San Francisco, which goes on March 19th to the 23rd.
This was the game made by Automaton.
Yep.
Whatever you.
Nicknamed Project X.
Okay, yeah.
So they've come out with a few details. It's going to be a 12 kilometer squared world with dynamic elements. Some of the ones they listed is flooding and wildfires.
Wildfire.
Which might be the style in which they like push players in or something like that. 12 kilometers. I don't know. I didn't look up how much PUBG is like to compare it everything, but so yeah, they're going to come out with 2018. They're going to come out with a 400 player BR. And in 2019, an MMO style 1,000 concurrent player game.
That's ridiculous.
So it's going to be very, very
Well,
busy.
when you mean
You said,
MMO
yeah, I was going to say
style,
MMO style.
could
This sounds
you
like something
elaborate?
completely different
Yeah.
than a PUBG thing.
It does, which is going to be interesting to see what they do.
Because like when I think MMO, I think like deep story
Yep.
and like lore and that kind of
And
thing.
not permadeath.
Nope, not at all. So if they manage to drop a huge successful MMO and a awesome battle royale game, I'd be
Pretty
impressed.
interesting. World of Warcraft. Think of putting like a BR game in World of Warcraft.
I don't know anything about World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I don't know that enough either, but yeah. So that looks pretty interesting. I can't wait to see more at GDC. See what it actually looks like.
All right.
I'm interested to see. They keep saying that they're doing everything better, much better, so much better than BR. They're going to show you what BR games can actually be like. So I'm excited to see these dynamic elements and how the world transforms while you're playing the game. Plus, how big it is because there's 400 people dropping the motherfucker. So
That's a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
a ton of, and like
You
our
think-
game's going to be an hour and a half long.
Or, well, I mean, you can always limit that with whatever form of a circle they have. So, but, I mean, yeah, it could potentially be too long.
True. But up next, let's hear a little bit about Spyro Trilogies.
Oh, yeah. This is Spyro Trilogy Remastered. This is technically a rumor right now. I'm really good at rumor stories.
I was going to say.
But this one at least is a rumor out of Kotaku, who normally doesn't get this stuff wrong. So a source close to the project said that the Spyro Trilogy Remastered is about to become a thing. What are you pointing at?
That bug.
You're pointing at a bug?
Yeah.
Oh. Whew. I thought something was broken or we weren't recording or something. It threw me off.
Sorry.
So
just creeping on over there. Vicarious
Visions is doing this. They're the same people that did the Crash trilogy, so that makes sense, bringing a PlayStation game forward and remastering it. They said that we should see an official announcement in March and then a possible release date in September.
Ooh, joyous.
September will be the 20th anniversary of Spyro the Dragon, the original.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
The best part about the story is, if you remember, if it wasn't last week, it was the week before, we got asked which games we'd like to have remastered and brought forward, and I was like, and Spyro. I'd love to see Spyro. Awesome.
Hey, look at you.
It's coming, hopefully.
100% listened. They listened to the podcast.
They knew.
They were like,
incredible.
that Risky the Kid knows what he's talking about.
This definitely hasn't been in the works for months, probably. I don't know how long it takes to remaster shit. Years.
Well, if it's out in September.
If this actually comes
to fruition.
Yeah.
Because everyone's so excited about Spyro.
What's wrong with Spyro? That's like, you probably would have said that about Crash not too long ago.
I mean, I did say that about Crash.
Yeah, and do you remember how well Crash did? We
did
talked about
really
it here.
well.
I guarantee you this does. It won't do as well, I don't think, but I guarantee you this thing does.
Oh yeah,
gangbusters.
I'm just not. This is like me. This is like Ben and XCOM.
This is Negative Lou.
Negative Lou.
That's
this
every
is
podcast.
This is New Negative Lou.
A new Negative Lou. Maybe I should make that my gamer tag.
New Negative Lou. I don't know. So like I said, it's a rumor, but it is out of Kotaku. So hopefully we see something next month about this.
I could make that my persona.
Your persona?
Yeah, Negative Lou with Asian and accents. Anyways, go back. Sorry.
I mean, there's not much else to the story. It all seems pretty legit. With Vicarious Visions working on it, they did a great job with the Crash trilogy. So I'm assuming they'll do just as good of a job with Spyro. The one thing I did see that it's rumored to have a remastered soundtrack, though, which kind of
if it's away from the game.
I don't. Well, yeah, because when they say remastered, that could just be like touching it up and making it sound better compared to how it used to. I just don't want to end up with like different music because I don't know. The music in Spyro was awesome back in the day.
I don't remember the music in Spyro.
Did you even play Spyro?
I did not.
So why would you remember the music in it?
No, I don't know.
Fucking what?
It was just a joke. That's what I was going to say, too.
That's it, though.
All right. Up next, Lou. 17 Dead to video games?
Yes. So I know everyone heard about the really tragic shooting at the school.
In Florida?
Yeah, 17 kids were killed. And yeah, it was a really shitty thing and everything. But a governor named Matt Bevin, 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 a Republican governor, was now blaming the reason why we're having so many shootings and everything are because of violent video games. I know the study's been said before, shown before, but yeah, he's going at it again, trying to blame it on video games. He's actually states, he quotes, they celebrate the slaughtering of people. There are games that literally will basically give you points, will score you higher points and everything if you kill people and slaughter them. There are games where you get extra points when people are suffering on the ground and screaming for help when you slaughter them.
I want to know what the fuck video games he's playing,
right?
Where I'm getting more points for killing somebody who's on the ground screaming.
And he's saying like this is kind of some of the reasons why we're having so many shootings and violence in school medium. And he's saying there's nothing to prevent kids and everything from seeing this, which kind of is funny. It talks about like YouTube, how when YouTube was first introduced, we weren't able to, we didn't watch what we can now, which it is letting kids see violent video games quicker. at younger ages.
That has no.
But it doesn't have anything to do with kids
He doesn't
being violent or
mention
anything.
the availability of weapons to younger people who aren't supposed to be using them, who typically have some sort of mental issue. I don't know. I didn't look into anything about this one.
It's definitely. It's just funny that they're blaming it. He's blaming it on video games.
This comes up. This has come up multiple times with violence in video games having some type of effect with.
And I'm pretty sure there's been studies where it shows that.
But they've literally done studies, science, like there's science behind this. It's not. It's not just us saying it.
It's just funny that they're going this route again. I feel like they beat gun control for a while, and now it's like they're jumping this way. It's going to happen if it's going to happen. You know. Complaining about taking away video games isn't going to have an effect on
it's just
it.
you need to blame it on something, and everybody's going to blame it on something different. And it's just shitty that video games have to be a scapegoat. And for people who eat that shit up, like, it sucks because then they look at our hobby thinking like,
wow, this guy's going to go kill
we're just
somebody.
breeding a bunch of mass murderers because he's playing XCOM and you kill people in that game.
If I was doing an XCOM, I could definitely tell the scenario on how to approach it. I wouldn't be able to be like, hey, let me kill this person. I'd be like, you go over there to kill this person.
I feel like that's not something good to have on record. Like, if I was gonna go on a crazy shooting, at least I'd be able to do it tactically.
Yeah, well, I would
okay.
need people to tell.
You should say like, if you were on the defensive end doing security for the school, you'd be able to stop the shooter because you'd know the correct positions and where to overwatch and that kind of thing.
Okay, what he
so you could be a hero and not
a villain,
a murderer.
Well, see, that's like exactly.
Not to make light of this situation, obviously, it's a fucking tragedy.
It really is, but it's sad that they're scapegoating towards video games and everything
for sure, and it'll always be a thing. So I don't hate getting political, in any way. So
very true.
But I just wanted to show the ridiculousness of that out there.
I will agree that
100%. Up next this past week. We have a couple more developers who got swallowed up into bigger companies, coming a trend a little bit here, thinking maybe Microsoft gets some too. Yes, Lou.
Back to why?
The thing you said
that I told you to remind me about.
Yeah.
So in Overwatch, in XCOM, one of my guys panicked and threw a grenade and killed a random civilian, and then I was wondering if I get an achievement if I kill enough random civilians.
That's what you've been bottling up inside this whole time?
No, but that made me think about it because of my story.
Lewis, you're really not helping yourself
You're making yourself sound like a fucking crazy person.
Like, I'm the one who said that I kind of enjoyed killing all those people in that one Call of Duty campaign just because it was fun to have control. Yeah. You're the one who's actually going to do it, and it's kind of scary to me.
With a bunch of crazy murderer people.
No, I'm not going to go home and throw grenades at civilians.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
You live in Grant Village.
I'm not sure.
You might be helping the population at that point.
I'm not sure if I should publish this podcast.
Yeah, no, you should definitely do
disclaimer, none of this is actually going to happen.
Disclaimer, I am not a mass murderer.
Yep.
And I don't enjoy mass murdering.
Claimer, I'm
Disclaimer?
Disclaimer?
Or are you actually claiming something?
I'm claiming something.
I'm
claiming I am not to be a murderer.
Okay, go on with your story.
So, THQ Nordic has acquired Koch Media.
The Koch Bros?
Because it looks like because it's spelled Koch. It's cock.
I would pronounce Koch cock. Yes.
Would you really?
Cock. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. 100% no. Koch. Why you gotta disagree with me on everything? Koch.
How do you spell skosh?
SCOCH.
Continue.
Okay. Koch.
Isn't there an E at the end of skosh or no?
Oh, there might be.
Yeah. If you said KOCHE, I would say Koch. That makes sense. KOCH to me just looks like cock. Right? Am I alone?
I mean,
it's neither here nor there. So continue.
English speaking, it may be pronounced cock, cook, koch, or coach.
Caulk. I used to be a caulker.
Caulk. So just pronounce it Quack.
Because it's a German surname, so it's different.
Caulk.
So I'm saying Koch.
Caulk. It's the stuff that you put in your bathrooms to seal the water.
No, it's cock.
Cork.
Caulk.
Caulk.
I used to be a
Cork.
corker.
All right.
All right. What fucking Jesus.
Let me get my caulking gun over here.
But one of the big things coming out of this is they are the parent company of Deep Silver, who are the creators of Dead Island, Saints Row, and Metro.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Maybe they'll change it to Deep Cork.
Shut up, Blue. So the buyout was for $150 million, roughly 120 pounds. Everything I saw, it looked pretty beneficial mutually. Both the CEO of Koch Media and the CEO of THQ had positive things to say about it. I do have a quote here. Koch Media CEO Clemens Kundratz.
That sounds close.
It's German. He says THQ Nordic has the skills, willingness, and capital to deliver growth in the future. So
I think like the most relevant piece of this for us or gamers in general is that Deep Silver is currently making Metro Exodus. So that's kind of a big deal. Was that something you were going to bring up later in your news story?
This is literally the next bullet point that I'm talking about right now.
Well, good thing I can't see your news, so I can't ruin your news section. Fuck. Segment.
And they said also that all studios will be working the same as they were when they
on
were
their
with them.
current projects.
So Violation, who's Saints Row, and Dan
Volition.
Buster. Oh, did I put an I in there? on
Violation.
accident?
It's understandable.
And Dan Buster, who worked on Homefront, will be working as normal on their announced AAA games, in additions to the continual work of Metro Exodus.
Very cool.
Good.
But they have promised that they will continue to work as harder, if harder, and have said that they're looking at 4 AAA games coming out soon, including the Metro, whatever Volition has, and Dan Buster also. Couple other key notes. THQ Nordic also has Biomutant.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that game.
Third-person action game, and is also in charge of Darksiders 3.
Ooh.
So that's actually a decent
Which
amount of upcoming stuff.
In the pipeline, and I also read they have all of the X-Vigil Games crew who worked on the first 2 Darksiders. So it looks like, including those other 4 AAAs, they have Biomutant and Darksiders 3 to dish out to us as well.
Damn.
Oh, that's weird that they're not considering Darksiders 3 or Biomutant. One of those AAAs.
That's just those are already, but because those are already in the pipeline.
Okay, gotcha.
So they have 4 other AAAs, including Metro Exodus, that they're considering as more games they're going to put out for us.
Gotcha.
Because Volition and Dan Buster don't have any out.
Okay.
At the moment. So maybe another Saints Row.
Yeah, I can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I think at this point.
But so a lot of combining of efforts coming to bring us better, more betterer games.
More betterer.
And last but not least on the news docket, Sea of Thieves info dump.
You saved the best for last. I didn't even number the stories.
I tried this time. I looked through them.
Look at you.
Thank you. It's probably because it's my favorite one. A majority of this came from Jez Cordone, who posted this stuff on Windows Central on their website. So a bunch of people got to go to Rare's studios and play the game, sit down and interview some of the devs and whatnot. So this is just a bunch of information that I got out of some of that stuff from around the interwebs. First up, let's talk microtransactions.
All right, Michael,
welcome back to the show.
Oh, hi guys. Thanks for inviting me.
So we will have microtransactions in Sea of Thieves.
Oh, of course I'll be there.
They're not going to be there at launch. They will be there around their first free DLC update that comes out, which should be 3 months ish after the game comes out. So June-ish,
with a free
July
DLC, you can then start buying things.
Well, so that's the thing. It's they need
still giving you something free.
They need a model where they can still be making money while not segmenting their community at all with DLC that you have to pay for. So all their DLC going forward is going to be free. So
Very nice.
That's awesome.
That's good.
And then the microtransactions are completely optional. So they're only going to be cosmetic, which is great.
That's the way they should be.
The best thing here about this is there's no loot boxes. Loot boxes give you the whole like gambling and randomness, where here you're just going to be able to buy what you want.
Okay.
One of the first things they said they're going to roll out with this is going to be pets.
Ooh, a parakeet.
So
I want a cracker.
That was
you.
actually pretty good. I'll give that one to you.
So you can buy these pets with microtransactions. You'll be able to buy different like pieces of clothing, different things for your ship. But like I said, it's all cosmetic stuff. So I would say this is, if they're going to do microtransactions, which I kind of feel like they have to, especially if they're giving all of their like, content updates for free. They have to do it somehow. This is probably the best way they could do it without pissing anyone off.
Yep.
The only thing that'll be kind of weird though is like the pets was the one thing they talked about, and it made it seem like that was the only way to actually get pets was from buying them, which whatever. But he said that when you buy a pet, other people will be able to interact with it, and he was like you'll be able to launch people's pets out of cannons and shit. I was like, that's pretty awesome. Like, Lewis, you just spent $3 on this sweet monkey. I'm gonna put him in a cannon and fucking launch him out into the ocean. Yeah. I'm assuming he'll come back eventually somehow, but it's cool that you'll be able to interact with things that are purchased.
I'd be pissed if I paid $3 for a monkey and
you just watch it get like eaten by a shark or something. So you can just like pick it up and just drop it overboard and watch it get eaten by sharks.
Yep.
So that's how they're going to handle microtransactions. Doing it right. Here's something I don't think they're doing right though. There's not going to be any character customization.
Ooh, bummer.
But
well, so then what do you mean by it? If you were just saying
you don't control your looks.
Oh, so you don't get to choose if you're a male or female.
No. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. Instead of having like if you started up Skyrim or a game like that where it's like you can customize your ears, your skin tone, just
every nose, like eyebrows,
a 12 randomly generated.
So what they're doing is they're having 8 randomly generated characters.
Okay.
If you don't like them, you just like hit like a recycle button or regenerate, and it'll put 8 new characters out there. It'll just keep cycling.
It just randomly generates for you.
It's just constantly randomly generated. Okay. I think they said it's 20 different pieces that goes into each character. So those 20 different assets are going to be mixed around and jumbled every single time you regenerate. So it's like if you spam the regenerate button enough or whatever it's going to be called, you'll eventually find something that you're going to like. But you're not going to be able to make you perfectly. I'm sure if you hit the button enough times, eventually it'll generate something close to you. But not going to be any customization there. And when you do choose it, you have to make sure you really do like that person, because you can't alter your appearance once you're in game.
Ooh. So, even if you start, unless you start a new
file, but then you're going to lose all your progress.
Yeah.
And that sounds bad.
Wasn't that shit for first person anyways?
Yeah, but
then
I mean, isn't Overwatch first person? See me. You're still worried about what your like skins are and stuff.
Well, yeah, but
like customization in games isn't about like you seeing yourself.
It's how
generally it's about
unless
it's like your outfits.
But then you have outfits, so that's like it's the same as Overwatch, because the person underneath the outfit isn't different.
Yeah, but like you've seen the models in this game where it's like you can be a giant fat pirate if you want, or like things like that. So it's if you choose to be a fat man right off the bat, you're going to be a fat man forever.
Well, I'm just telling you. What's the problem about being a fat man?
There's nothing wrong with being a fat man. I'm just telling you that if you choose to be a fat man, you're
going
to be a fat man forever. You can't go to the gym and Sea of Thieves to make your guy skinnier. That's all there is.
Well, they need to add it in.
Sure, I guess. Next up is ship ownership. So every time that you hop into a game, you're going to start off with a blank ship. If you hop in with other people. So if the 3 of us hop in with some other random person, there's going to be some type of system where you pick and choose what your ship's going to look like. You're going to pick your sails. You're going to pick the centerpiece on the front, like the mermaid.
The mast.
Whatever the fuck you call that at the front.
The bow maiden.
You make your ship look like how you and your teams want the ship to look. Which I thought that was just kind of cool, because I did wonder, because not everyone has their own personal ships. Obviously, because if 4 of us are playing, we'd all have our own ships, and it'd be like, oh, well, whose ship are we going to take? But here you'll just be able to be like, well, let's use my mast. It's cool. Let's use my flag. Like, I have a cool flag that we can use. So that's just kind of how that's going to work, if you were wondering about that. Some new big in-game encounters that they brought up were the Kraken.
That's just about to say that.
Which had been rumored, and like there was pictures of the Kraken on like rocks and stuff. But they actually got to see what the Kraken looked like, and apparently it's fucking huge. They want us to think of it more like a storm, I guess.
Okay.
Like you're never gonna know where it is. It's just gonna pop up randomly like the storms do. It has 8 giant tentacles, and like the pictures of it, like the tentacles literally just like cover up a whole ship, and it's insane. But this is kind of going to work like a public event in like Destiny, where it's like if other ships see this happening, they can come over and assist you, because if you do beat the Kraken, you will get a reward, which they're not talking about at all. But I would assume you'd get some type of sweet reward for being able to kill a Kraken, because this thing is fucking massive.
It would suck is if you kill the Kraken and then someone just strolls on in there and kills you.
Well, that's the thing. And like with that, I'll move into the skeleton forts. The skeleton forts are just going to be islands with a giant lit up skull in green above the island, so you know when they're active. Kind of, do you remember in the Division, in the Dark Zone, areas of interest would be like lit up in purple if they hadn't been looted?
Yep.
This is literally the same thing, where if the skeleton's growing green, you can go there and fight
Loot it. Okay.
So you go there, you're going to fight whatever bad things are there, all the skeletons or whatever, and then there'll be treasure at the very end. The treasure at the very end, it says there's more than enough for you to be able to carry, so you're going to have to make at least 2 trips. But this is another thing where it's like other people could choose to help you. If another ship rolls up with you, you guys could go in, beat the stuff together, divvy up the treasure if you want, or like what would happen in the Division, you could just murder who was ever next to you and just try to take all the treasure. I think those could probably play out pretty awesome, like the Dark Zone in the Division. So yeah, like you brought up, you'll definitely run into scenarios where someone could literally just be camping your boat, watch you go in, do all the work to take down the island, and then you're just sitting there, you sink their boat while they're coming back, and then it's just like, you're going to destroy them, take their treasure. That actually made me pretty excited. The skeleton forts, I think, sound pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, they talked a little bit about what the end game is going to look like in Sea of Thieves, so we'll go over that. What you're striving to do in Sea of Thieves is reach legendary pirate status. You're gonna get there by leveling up your vendors to a certain amount, doing enough stuff for them that eventually you'll be labeled as a legendary pirate. What this does is it unlocks a brand new area called the Tavern of Legends. So only people with pirate legend status will be able to go there, which is kind of awesome. So you're gonna get your own personal like tower. I feel like this game's easy to relate to Destiny, kind of, because same kind of idea. And apparently the Tavern of Legends was in the beta. It's so well hidden that nobody found it. So I bet you if you like dove down in the middle of the ocean somewhere, you could have gotten into there. But the devs said that it was actually in this past beta, but nobody made their way in there because they didn't find it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be cool if you were the one that found it, though.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you reach this legendary pirate status, you'll be able to get legendary voyages. Those are like the quests or whatever. This is like their raid content. They said,
ooh, nice.
They're going to be the hardest missions in the game. They're going to give you the best rewards in the game, which still I'm not positive what that means, because it's not like you can get a better rifle. It's not like you can get a better shotgun, but maybe different stuff, maybe
different cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, or maybe
even that's the only thing.
Well, how do you know that you can't get better stuff?
Like, you're not going to be able to get an upgraded assault rifle. You might be able to get like a different type of weapon, maybe.
Well, yeah, because they just said microtransactions you can't. But if you get into legendary status, maybe they can give you a better rifle, or they can give you a better blunderbuss or something like that.
That could be. I just know that they wanted everybody. It sounded like they wanted everybody on a level playing field.
I don't. But I don't want to be on a level playing field if I've put 65 hours into this goddamn game and the new kid has the same fucking rifle I do.
And that's where I'm gonna say that you might be right here. Where when you hit this legendary status, that you will finally get stuff that is gonna be better. And I'm saying that because eventually you can get a legendary ship, which is like, it's going to be your new base model for your ship. This is what the dev said. He said, when you get this new ship, it's going to be a whole other game type, and you're going to have access to things that other ships don't. Seeing one of these ships on the horizon is going to be like seeing the Black Pearl from like Pirates of the Caribbean. So that makes me think that the ship will be like way more badass and give you some
double
type
leveled, like you get like,
or like
16 cannons.
more cannons or something like that. So, I mean, the people that hit legendary status will have an advantage on you. So you definitely could be right with the voyages giving you better weapons or better types of weapons,
different ammo, stuff like that. Like I know there's, I don't think I've seen them, but like the cannonballs with chains stuck to them to help take down masses.
It sucks. I don't think you're gonna be able
like
to damage masses though, which kind of sucks. I thought that'd be sweet.
You just break a mast so somebody couldn't. I mean, that's the biggest thing in warfare at that point is once you take down their mast, they can't go
They're
anywhere.
pretty much
circle
dead in the water. Yeah, but maybe get a cannon that fires 2 cannonballs like side by side or something.
Yeah,
or explodey cannonballs,
or just
Molotov cocktails.
It just fires out Molotov cocktails. But yeah, that's just. I think it's a good look into what you'll be doing besides just going on treasure hunts, which is literally all we did in the beta. Was just.
Have they said that stuff will transfer over from beta?
No, it doesn't.
So my level 16
don't mean shit.
That's why I'm glad I didn't put too much time into the beta.
I didn't put that much time in.
And one last thing I read, it was like, because what they said was eventually everyone will be a legendary pirate. Like, that's just what's going to happen. Like in Destiny, eventually everybody hit level 300. What you're going to think of this as is like, for the new expansion, this is going to be like the jumping off point for what's next to come, if that makes sense. Like everybody's going to hit max tier or max level, and then you're going to start there again for like DLC number 1 for like 3 months from now or whatever, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so that's just a lot of talking and a bunch of sea of thieving.
A lot of dumping of knowledge on your face.
You're welcome.
And this comes out late March, right?
March 20th, I think. March 20th, yeah.
It's about a month from now.
23rd?
Pretty much, yeah. When you're listening to this, Sea of Thieves is a month away.
Legendary pirate status.
Woo!
So that's going to do it for our news here tonight. Let us know if we missed anything. We went over a couple of cool things. I'm kind of excited to see what Proving Grounds looks like, just because it's 400 people. And it's cool to hear how much Twitch is actually getting. Almost better than every news station, even though it's kind of contradictory.
Which is ridiculous.
So let's go around. What do you think you'll be playing this week? And let us know how to find you. Lewis.
Well, you can find me on the Xbox and Mixer at Waterloo.
What about PS4?
You can find me at Waterloo on PS4.
Boom. Do you tweet anymore?
I don't.
No.
I don't think he ever did.
No. You're lucky I diss.
Once.
Discord.
You can find him on
Barely.
Discord, at our Discord.
I have getting better. But also, I will be playing XCOM 2.
What a surprise.
XCOM on my phone. And
Why you got it into me?
because I'm
Just a
finding
lot
it very
of
fun.
XCOM.
And then I might look up into those other 2 games that were like XCOM. PUBG, the usual, but a lot more XCOM.
The huge.
What about you, Zach?
You can find me at Risky the Kid everywhere. Definitely be putting some more time into XCOM 2. Hopefully not as much as I did this week.
Oh, I will be streaming it too this week.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully Shine hops in there and gives you some pro tips.
Yeah, so you can also, if you want me to name a character after you and give him his own background, let me know in Discord. I'll do that.
Donate $5.
Nope.
No, you don't even have to do that. You just have to let me know you want a character in my game, and I will make him for you.
Yay.
And then he will die a horrible, miserable death.
Probably. That's me, though. How about you, Ben?
You can find me at OMGHShopa everywhere. Gonna jump into some XCOM 2 just to see how it is. I don't know if that'll be tonight.
You better fucking do it. I'm going to call you out next podcast if you don't.
I believe you. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of that at least. Definitely PUBG and, the usuals, League of Legends, Minecraft. I've been playing more of that too. If you want to get in touch with us, you can hit us up on our Discord, Risky Radio Discord, in the show notes. Also, as we said last podcast, we have a Patreon page. So if you'd like to support us, love what we do, and get some of your own stuff on the podcast, go on to Patreon, search Risky Radio, donate $1, donate $20. We love you either way.
Our drawing for our first game drawing is 4 episodes from now, so you got plenty of time.
Oh, you got
Episode
the 4
50.
episode.
But why wait?
Why wait? Do it now. But that's going to do it for us tonight here at Risky Radio. We had a ton of fun, and we hope you did too. We'll be back next week for a brand new episode. But until then, we'll catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.